Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to do something, again, a little differently. I wanted to take the chance to talk about Transformers. I know I talk about it a lot, but there's a special reason why I particularly wanted to talk about it today. Now, the latest issue of the series came out, issue 20, just came out this week, and there's a lot to talk about and a lot to unpack in that issue. But really, what I wanted to do was to talk about that issue specifically, but also to talk about how I really think it's a great time to start reading the series. It's very accessible at this point. Recently, the first hardcover volume came out, which collects issues 1 through 12. It's currently available online at many stores. The In Stock Trades has it for like $29. That's super cheap. That's like a $50 retail book, but it's a beautiful hardcover book, and it's a great way to experience the first two arcs of the series. And also today, they released the volume 3 in trade paperback, which is just it collects the third story arc, which gets you up to issue 18. Now we're only at issue 20, so you can pick up some books that collect the series so far, and then just there's a couple of issues out there that you need to pick up and read individually. But here's the thing. Now, Danny Warren Johnson's run in this series has been well advertised and well stated that it's going to end at issue 24, and we're at issue 20, like I said, and it's showing that we're coming up to some really major events. The climax of his 2 year run in this series has been fantastic so far. What they've been able to do has been amazing. The series is accessible to both existing fans of Transformers as well as new readers, and I think when you're approaching a property that has a 40-year history. I believe that Skybound is doing this in the best way possible. They're creating this universe that features characters from Transformers, characters from GI Joe, as well as new characters in the Void Rivals series. And what they're crafting, it's exactly what I am looking for in comics. It's got a bit of nostalgia, the bit of the new. It's got heart, emotion, action. All the things that you want from a comic series, and it's just incredibly entertaining, and I think they should be commended for what they are doing, and I can't recommend it enough for people to check it out, and that's essentially my sales pitch for those that are interested but haven't started reading the series. And now, so if you don't want any type of spoilers or any type of information on where the story is at currently, I would say tune out now and go buy the book one. Read the couple, read issues 1 through 12, and then buy the trade paperback for volume 3, and then maybe pick up these single issues. But this is for those that want to hear a little bit more about where the story is at and where or why I think that this series is so special. And we're able to say this a little more now that we are 20 issues into the series, and we have more developed character arcs. We've seen these characters develop their relationships. Now Megatron is now in the series. A big part of a big question in the first 2 years of the series has been, when's Megatron going to arrive? When's Megatron going to make his presence be known? Well, we're at that point. We're at that point where they are the big chessboard, the pieces are being moved, that it's going to be a giant confrontation between the Autobots, the Decepticons, and it's going to culminate in this this 2 year run by Danny Warren Johnson. And so specifically about issue 20, I feel like issue 20 is one of those issues that is going to stand out as one of the best in the series so far. It highlights why this series is so special, in my opinion. The big part about the big crux of this issue is it compares the leadership styles of Megatron and Optimus Prime. Now, Megatron in this series, he arrives and he's looking to reclaim his mantle of leadership, and he does it pretty effectively at the end of issue 18. We get a backstory from issue 19, and then here in issue 20, it picks up those events where Megatron is further establishing the fact that he is in control. The Decepticon code allows for those to challenge for leadership, and there is a history between Astro Train and Megatron that we don't fully quite know yet, which I believe is going to be fleshed out later on, hopefully. But you see, you see Megatron's code of honor, and he is challenged by Astro Train. Astro Train attacks him. Soundwave is eager to kind of help out his leader in Megatron, and Megatron says, "No, this is Astro Train's right to challenge me, and I will allow him to do that." And the thing is, Megatron isn't even at full strength. He's missing an arm. He's blind. He's not full strength whatsoever. And Astro Train is, and man, Astro Train gets wrecked pretty quickly in this. He throws everything he has at Megatron, and there's a panel where it's just, Megatron has that, that moment where he says, "Okay, it's my turn," and then just even without that arm, even though he's blind, he just really uh, with seemingly minimal ease, is able to take out Astro Train and further establishing his dominance over the other Decepticons, showing them that, hey, do not challenge me. It will not end well for you. And it's just an amazing display of who Megatron is and just how dangerous he is. Now, to contrast Megatron's leadership through fear and aggression, we see a scene between Spike and Optimus Prime. Now, this is a beautiful conversation that we have been, as readers, been hoping to see for many issues. Now, there are some events that happened with Spike's father early in the series, and Spike has questions, and finally he's able to sit down and talk with Optimus Prime. And like I said, that contrast of Megatron style, you know, Optimus Prime is showing leadership through compassion, is showing leadership through vulnerability. He's talking to Spike about his self doubts. The can I do what has to be done in the days to come? And Optimus Prime gains strength from those who he's leading. And it's a beautiful contrast. Now, it's showing his weaknesses. Optimus has the weight of leadership weighing on his shoulders, and he feels like he's alone in this. That he has to make this happen himself. He's the one that has to bring it all together and take care of his people. And it's Spike. It's the human Spike who's saying, "Hey, you know what? Yes, times are bad. There is a lot in front of us, but you know what? It has to get better, and I believe it's going to get better." And it's just showing the faith that that Spike has in Optimus Prime, and it's how Optimus then kind of gains the strength needed to do those things that he's worried about not being able to do, and where that strength and motivation is coming from is such a beautiful thing. Now we also see the return of the aerial bots. This is their introduction into the series. But again, what's beautiful about it is they immediately see the pain that Optimus Prime is experiencing, the weight of leadership, and they meet him with love. They just are so happy to see him. They're happy to be back. And in such, I love when this series offers heartfelt happy moments. Now, if anything that we know from Daniel Warren Johnson, this is a temporary happiness, and it's probably setting up something bad to come. But in this moment, it's such a beautiful thing to see. Is they have this group hug. They kind of embrace the aerial bots, embrace Optimus Prime as this father figure. And as any parent knows, like we gain strength from our kids. We see their struggles, we see their triumphs, and it motivates us to kind of do better and help them out and do what we can for them as their parents. And I love seeing Daniel Warren Johnson, infuse some of his parental views, some of who he is as a father into Optimus Prime, and that's what this series, why it's such an amazing thing is it's not just robots fighting. I've said it before, but it's the heart of the characters, the relationships, and that's really what it's all about. And it's fascinating, and it's a wonderful thing that anyone that can pick this story up and find something to appreciate in the series. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't take a quick minute here to talk about the art of Jorge Corona. Now, when you hear about the series, it's you always hear it's Daniel Warren Johnson's run on Transformers, and of course, yes, he's a writer. He did the first 6 issues of the series, but ever since issue 7, the artist that has done the most issues has been Jorge Corona. Now, there were some fill-in issues by Jason Howard and Lulo Lalabi, which were some kind of flashback issues. But Jorge has been kind of doing the heavy lifting as far as the main story threads that are going on. And his ability to draw the organic, the inorganic, the emotions that are being written by Danny Warren Johnson, and I can't speak highly enough about what he has brought to the series. And now, of course, if it was Danny Warren Johnson art throughout, I would not be complaining. I love his art, but what Jorge has brought is something incredibly special, and I'm so glad that he did. Initially we found out that Danny Warren Johnson was leaving after issue 6, and there was this oh man, that we were all kind of disappointed. But then as we got introduced to Jorge's art on this series, I gotta say, I'm very happy with that changeover. I have enjoyed seeing what he has brought to the series, and the big question is, Danny Warren Johnson is leaving at issue 24. Is that also the case for Jorge Corona? I mean, I can understand the artists, want to move on to something else and do a different series. But selfishly, as a fan, I would love to see Jorge stay on, because bridging that gap and keeping that sense of consistency in the art would be a gift. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I understand it if they do a complete overhaul of the creative teams after 24. But we can hope, right? Now, the issue also features a lot of other wonderful story beat moments. There's a progression of the story on multiple fronts. There's a huge cast of characters involved in this series. And, for those moments, for those other story beats, I'll be talking about those on the monthly podcast, Teletran Tapes, which I do along with some fellow Transformers content creators, Delta Trion, Moonbase 3, and of course Wiz Prime. That I love that opportunity to sit down and talk with those guys each month, because it's each of us bringing our experiences with the franchise, what we're looking for in the series itself, and hearing our reactions. And I always gain new insights to each issue in the series after hearing those guys hearing their thoughts as well. So some of the other things, like I said, I'll save my opinions for that episode, which I definitely recommend checking out if you're at all interested in what is going on in the Energon universe. So for now, though, I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to my thoughts on issue 20, and hearing my sales pitch on why I think this series, why it's a great time to start reading the series, and I hope you do, because I think it's a very, very rewarding reading experience, be it month to month, be it in the trades. You're going to find something to enjoy from this series for sure. So anyway, thank you very much, and I will see you soon.